So if you were to stress test, Jacob, what Chairman Gensler is proposing, then does it go far enough or is it too light? Does it strike the right balance?
Well, the short answer is we don't know. I mean, as an enforcement lawyer, somebody who brought cases for the Enforcement Division, now defends them, it's important for the market to have a balance. This is not, people, even particularly at the agency, lose sight of the fact that the SEC is not a law enforcement agency. There's nothing in its history that denominates it a law enforcement agency. It is a capital markets regulator, and it really needs to find an equilibrium and a balance. I think Chairman Gensler is correct in terms of its demands with respect to the standards around disclosures. And I think if the SEC is going to come out and require more robust disclosures about the diligence process, the SPAC going to market, that's right. Important. Where you have companies that are not disclosing their discussions with merger partners, that's material information.
Jacob, I can't let you go without talking about the SEC investigation into Digital World, the SPAC that struck a deal to merge with former President Trump's media venture. And then, of course, Lucid Motors has been subpoenaed by the SEC. Are these going to turn into test cases for future regulation that will define future regulation? And why would you say these names are under regulatory scrutiny?
I think they're under regulatory scrutiny because of the bona fides of the offerings themselves, not because of President Trump, not because of who they are. In July of this year, the SEC brought a case against a SPAC, its sponsor, its CEO, the SPAC's merger target, as well as the merger target CEO. In July, the SEC brought a case against Nikola. We shouldn't lose sight of the Nikola Motors case, which became public via SPAC. There was a criminal case against the CEO that's pending. So, I think these are just emblematic and indicative of the kind of issues that are arising and that are within the SEC's focus. So, to me, it's not because of President Trump. What makes the I'll call the Trump SPAC somewhat different is their concerns actually reach into insider trading, the company's policies and procedures. Were they actually involved in merger negotiations, or did they begin them on a substantive level before the SPAC actually went public, which would make it a disclosable event? Whereas, we've seen 4 or 5 cases, investigations now involving electric vehicle makers. So I think it's a function of what's the market, what are the issues. I don't think it's person or industry specific.